Yo, welcome back to this third video in the Conan Exiles starter playthrough series that I'm doing. I'm going to show you what I've done off camera. Let me get out of that. I did finish out my workspace starter deck here. I mentioned that I was going to put up the fence rails, which I did. I added a little doorway so I don't have to go out the porch, and I added doors on the porch as well so I can go straight across. In this playthrough, what I'm going to do, or this particular video of the playthrough, what I'm going to do is finish out or start and finish the Archer journey. And then I'm going to do what I always do, which is make the long run to Seppermaru, which is the only place in the game where there are lots of NPCs that won't kill you. And there are tons of treasure chests that you have access to where you can pick up stuff that you would not be able to make, or I would not be able to make in this character at this point, with the knowledge that I have and the level that I have. So what I'm going to do first is go to J to open up the archery, or the Archer journey. You see the first thing it says is craft a hunting bow, and it just automatically filled in because I did that. I now need to craft arrows. I have plenty of stone and wood to make the arrows. With these arrows you don't need feathers. You won't need feathers until you start making arrows on a carpenter bench. So I'll hit tab, open up my inventory, and you can see I can't make bone arrows because I don't have any bone, but I can make, if I can find them, there they are, flint head arrows. I can only make 40, or 4, which will give me 40, which is fine, because of the amount of branches that I have. And just it automatically made the first one, finished off that journey step. Alright, but if I were to hit the 1 key, which is where my bow is on my hotbar, let me get out of there we go. And then I go to shoot something, no ammo. Just because I have arrows in my inventory doesn't mean that I can use them. I actually have to assign them to the bow by dragging them down to that spot on the hotbar, and you probably heard that little thunk. That means that I now have ammo in my bow and I can actually use it. Now the journey step wants me to power shot an enemy. I'm not sure how that would accurately be stated. I'm going to get rid of some of the stuff that I have here that I don't really need right now to finish this out. You'll see, let me open that up. You'll see that I have 2 water skins. I always keep 2. You get one with, I can't remember which journey I completed, but in the, I think it was a survival kit. You get an extra one, and I always keep 2 on me just because sometimes you're out in the desert and you really don't have access to any water, which I do right now, so I'm going to drink. And it's always good to have a second one as a backup. Now I'm going to bypass these guys for this. I mentioned before that the imps are really handy for all of these killing things, killing journey steps in any of the journeys that you have. Actually, you know what? I'll show you one thing that I don't know why they do this, but if I bring up my bow now to do a power shot, you actually hold down the right mouse button, and there, I've just apparently done a power shot. I didn't loose an arrow, but that finishes that particular journey step. So now I need to kill an enemy with a bow, and yeah, imps are where to do this. So we'll run back up here, we'll trigger the ghosts that tell us that there's interesting stuff up here. There they are. And when I get around here, I mentioned in a previous video that I did not kill an imp who is right around the corner to the right here, because I was saving him for specifically this step. Now, as you can see, this bow and these arrows don't do much damage at all. They're almost useless. But that completed the archer journey. That's it. That's all you need to do. And it gives me knowledge on how to make a powerful hunting bow. And it gives me iron head arrows, which I can't make yet because I haven't built a forge or a smelter or learned how to make iron anything. So that's really handy. Now, to make the powerful hunting bow, I need stuff that I've actually put away. So I need branches and plant fiber. Might as well grab that right up here. And in the meantime, we'll go ahead and get some hide off this guy. So again, the most efficient way to get branches is to actually chop down trees. And you always need wood, so having the extra wood is never a bad thing. And I'll go ahead and just manually grab as much plant fiber as I can here to make sure that I have everything I need to make this bow. It's not a fantastic upgrade, but it is an upgrade, and it will allow me to kill things more efficiently. The next journey step that it wanted me to do, or it told me was now available, was sharpshooter, which I will do, but sharpshooter requires actually making a carpenter bench. And before I do that, I'm going to do the Sepamaru run so I can get better tools to gather resources. Right now my stone tools work just fine. It's really handy to renew them, but as you go up in quality of tool and type of tool, you actually also go up in the amount of resources you gather every time you swing an axe or swing a pick or whatever you do. Alright, that's more than enough for me to make a powerful hunting bow. Powerful being a euphemism. But I will swap out my regular hunting bow, and I will put the iron-headed arrows in there. And I'll waste one just to show you how much better it is. See, one shot. And I gained a level out of that. Not bad. Now, I'm going to go up and get another volatile gland up here, but I'm not going to waste my iron head arrows. That's just silly. I forgot to wait for my stamina, and lost it. Oh well. That is why stamina control is so important in this game. Alright, where did... I know he died. That's another thing that happens in this game occasionally. Things will just disappear, particularly corpses, if you don't get to them right away. They shouldn't. They should last on the landscape for quite a while, but sometimes, particularly if you just created a corpse and then go attack something else, they will just disappear. Alright, my stomach hurts. Now that I have some actual grilled steak, is what they call it when you cook savory flesh. Boom. Almost completely filled me up, and two of them will become just below 100% hunger level. Alright, so now I am going to do this Sepamaru run. This first time, I'm going to show you the entire run. This is going to take a long time. It's going to be pretty boring, but it shows you how to do this without gaining aggro from anything. Put that back. All right. And I'll try to, you know what? I might not. I might wait a little bit until the sun comes back up. And this is a good test of whether or not I can figure out the smart way to do this, which is just stop recording in between gaps where I'm not really doing much of anything. So I'm going to do that right now. It's in-game time. It's 5 o'clock basically. So I'm going to wait until the sun is back up because it's going to set real soon. So I'm not running through the darkness of the desert where you really can't see anything. So I'll be back in a little bit. And I'm back, and you can see it's morning now. So I'm going to do that run out to Sepper Maru. During the night, I did a couple of things. Mainly, I reduced an awful lot of stuff in my inventory, so my carrying capacity is all the way down to, I'm only 31% of my total. I picked up that lasting feast because I'm probably going to be needing it to carry back some of the stuff that I'm going to be picking up while I'm up there in Sepper Maru. And that's pretty much it. I think I'll put something in the hotbar. There we go. Where I took out the construction hammer. All right. Crocodile's over there. There's a crocodile right over there. So I'm going to angle... Actually, the crocodile's right there and there. So I'm going to angle out this way for a bit and then head right towards that rock that's sticking up. This should avoid the aggro of both crocodiles. I don't hear them. I'll take a quick look around. Yeah, nobody's chasing me. All right, you see that path that I'm pointing at? That's where we're headed. And again, this is going to be a long run with not a lot going on except me avoiding trying to get killed, or trying to not get killed. Not avoiding trying to get killed. That would mean I would want to get killed, and I don't want to. But this pathway is, it's pretty clearly set up as something that they want you to take as a way to get up into all of this stuff up here. And I'm not in any area where I'm going to get aggro from anything, so I'll quickly open up the map and show you where my character is. I'm on the plateau that's just up above the end, or the beginning, I should say, of Noob River. And up in these plateau parts up here and up there, there are camps of Dafari warriors, which we will eventually get to, but not right now. So I run here, go between these two trees, and aim right for the edge of this outcrop. Hug the edge of this so I won't attract the attention of any of those. Now, see, there's one of those Dafari camp people are fighting those hyenas up there. Keep sticking to the right here towards these rocks. Now, aim between these two trees right at that rock outcrop right there, and then hug this to the left, because there are hyenas down here. You have to watch out for these. You can't run past them or through them. It's not like brush. You see there's a hyena there. So what I'm going to do is kind of run around here. If I followed this roadway, or this pathway up here, that would take me up to where one of those Dafari camps is up there. Now sometimes, even though you hug these rocks, you will attract, I'm far enough away I won't, but you will attract his attention. You will catch his aggro. You can run up here and avoid him. as you can see on the mini-map down there, I'm actually heading into the unnamed city. The unnamed city is the ruins of the capital of the giant people. And it is definitely a spot we're going to be going to much, much later on. Definitely not at level 12. But you can run inside. Also, here's a really handy thing. You can actually hide from a sandstorm up against this. If you hug right up against the cliffs up in here, you can actually get... See, I'm 100% protected right now. We haven't seen a sandstorm. It actually kind of looks like this when it starts. You know, it's all reddish and the sky starts to darken. This is actually also just the look of what it looks like inside the unnamed city. So, as far as I know, we're not about to get a sandstorm. So now I hug the outside wall of the unnamed city to my right. And those big monuments that you see up there, those are the actual generation points for the fencing field, the green barrier that will kill you if you go past it. So that's one way to know where not to go, is don't go past any point between those things, because you will die. And which tells you that this is the very far western edge of this part of the game. It actually hooks around and extends even further to the west in a little bit. I'm going to cut through over here, heading right towards that one. Because this is one of the best places to come early on to get ironstone, which you will need when you're starting the path on creating better tools, iron tools. You see there's all kinds of ironstone nodes here. I'm not going to weigh myself down, and there's the green barrier. I'm not going to weigh myself down with any just now. I'm going to see how encumbered I get as I go through Seppermaru and pick up things from the chests. But as I'm running back, I am going to try to grab some of this so that I can start the iron smelting journey. Do I want to? Yeah. No, if I run over there, I'll actually trigger... you know what? I guess I will. It just... I wind up discovering an area called the Jawbone. There we go. Which is this. And as far as I know, there's nothing of any value there or anywhere around it. It's just a feature. But I've never really explored it in any depth. So, you know, there might be something up there. I'm not going to do it, certainly, this run through. I have to get to Seppermaru. We're pretty close. Now, this flat plain, which you can see, is all, you know, dried out mud flats. These dead trees, if you whack at them, you know, with your hatchet, you'll actually get dry wood before you learn how to make dry wood, or can make dry wood, with a dryer. You can't unlock the dryer for quite a few levels. I'm 12, so probably a few levels above this. But that's a good way to get some dry wood if you want to start making insulated wood. Now, in a little bit, when I get to the actual Thrall journey, I will build, let's call it a recruiting station right here, so that I can grab Tier 4 fighters and crafters out of Seppermaru and just drag them back to that point and recruit them for my particular staff to join my crew. So you see, this guy has, you know, a decent health bar, way higher than mine, but he's not attacking me. If I get in a little closer, it'll trigger that I've discovered Seppermaru. City of the Relic Hunters. Yeah, so there's a tier 3 fighter. An apprentice taskmaster. So, there is a treasure chest at the top of this particular tower. Guard tower. Gate tower. So, I am going to... I'm going to increase my grit. I guess I'm not. My grit is pretty much high as I need it to be. So at this point, I'm going to increase my vitality by 2. And you notice it looks like I've taken damage. That just means that my health bar has gone up, and I haven't healed into that amount to turn it all red. And until I get my vitality up to a point, I won't auto-heal. I'm actually going to have to heal that. But if you climb up this lower level, it makes it easier to get all the way to the top of that, even if you don't have stamina boosted like I do. If you have just the base stamina, you can actually get to the top of this thing by doing it this way. You know, you do the lower level first and then climb up here. See, I've just barely gone past half my stamina. All right. Here, I have steel arrows. Definitely going to take those. I would normally take this hardened brick because it's so much, you get so much of it through these chests that I've never had to make hardened brick after the first couple of playthroughs I did. But I'm not going to. I am going to take an advanced weapon repair kit. If I pick up a decent weapon off somebody I killed, this will bring it up to the point where it is back to essentially full durability. And a leather binding, which is very important for our recruitment efforts, which will happen later on. So now, to get off of this, I just jump off and then grab, and you slide down. And you don't take any damage doing that. I can climb over here, come around, let go, press the C key to let go, and then just slide down. Again, no damage. Now, I'm going to run right down here and get something to drink. Running through the desert was thirsty work. And these are crafters you can recruit to join your team. And again, we'll get into recruiting and why this is one of the problematic aspects of the game, which you have to do to actually succeed at the game. Anyway. So I've discovered this area. I'm going to climb up there. I can actually learn how to make the armor that the guards here are wearing. There you go, the Relic Hunter armor. And the Relic Hunter Epic armor, which I can't make until I can actually make Epic armor. Alright. Here's one of the things. You see, we got some ghosts here. They're just dancing ghosts. And I just learned the snake dance just by watching these ghosts. There's a two-handed steel great axe. I'm not a great axe guy, so I'm not going to bother with those. There's a chest way at the very top of this, so this is a bit of a climb, but it's real easy to do because you've got all of these stages. There are also chests in here, which I'll come back down to. But climbing up here is a piece of cake. Now, it doesn't eat up any stamina to speak of, as long as you take a little short break in between each stage. And now we're climbing to the top of that. I'm going to take the Perfected Steel Greatsword just in case I don't get anything better for when I recruit my first fighting friend, companion, follower, team member. Again, back off, C to grab, and here I'm just going to basically walk down all of these little stages nothing I want in there. And you can see that some of the stuff is decoration. A lot of the stuff is decoration. It used to be that there were more practical things in all of these, and then, I don't know, more than a year ago, they changed it so that quite a lot of the stuff is decoration, because base building and creating something you really want to live in for your character is a big part of the game. Role-playing is a big part of the game. So rather than making everybody craft all of the stuff that they need for role-playing and for decoration, they started adding them to the chests, which eats up space for the practical things that you used to be able to get. Yeah, like there's nothing here. Even, that's a hanging brazier that I want, but it's the LBPR one, and I don't want to use any of that mod stuff if I can avoid it. I'm not sure why I'm going to... No, I was going to say, if that's going to be one of the tier 4s that I really want at some point, I'm going to be kind of ticked off, so I should probably avoid looking at these guys.
Yeah.
And there's one at the top of this tower. Which again is a pretty easy climb. Oh, steel sickle. Yes, that's one of the things I really want. So suddenly I'm going to be able to harvest plant fiber, aloe leaves, any sort of plant material much easier. Alright, there's one at the top of that tower, but getting to it is kind of a pain if you don't have full stamina. I should be able to climb all the way to the top of this right from the very bottom. But you can also climb up there. You see that lower wall there, which will give you a little bit of a leg up to recover your stamina before making the climb all the way up. But yeah, I'm going to just be down to about a third stamina, or a quarter or so, I guess, by the time I get up to the top here. Oh, I took money. I'm going to take some more money. This treasure, these gold coins, only apply to running the purge, which is something that you will do later on. And I'm not going to get into what the purge is at this point. There are chests over in that pile. You can see one of them right where I'm aiming. So we're going to head over there by getting off of here. And doing a little climbing over, and jumping off over all of this stuff. And I jump and climb, and then you can actually move horizontally. So I'm going to climb all the way around to here, and C key to let go. Alright, I actually have a steel mace. I want an agility weapon, but that's a much better weapon than I have, so I'll take it anyway. I'd really like a hardened steel, perfected steel. I like a perfected hardened steel, but I'm not going to get that here. I like a perfected steel weapon, but we'll see if I can grab one of those. I'm going to jump over to here, and then climb up here. Here's the second chest in this block of apartment buildings. I mean, it's going to eat up an awful lot of space. I'll take it. It'll do way more damage than anything else I've got. Now, there's very little around here that you need right now, except there's somebody that's a great spot. There's always somebody right there, and they're often somebody of value. Here's a prison. Actually, there's a bunch of people who always stand around watching this dancer. The dancer changes. Right now, it's just a dancer 1. That's always somebody that's recruitable. It's a smelter 1. I can get smelter 1s down by where my base is. Now, here's the prison. Good place to recruit these taskmasters, which will help you speed up your conversion of your team members to useful team members. Cooked exquisite meat. I'll take it. I said I'll take it. There we go. Then I leave here. Actually, I should have gone the other way around. I point out there are people to recruit here. There's a wandering somebody. There's always somebody there. There's always somebody way up there. Somebody up here. Oh, actually, I wanted to go down one. All right, well, I can just run around here. So, along here, up at the top of that last tower in this building block, there is a chest full of treasure. But there's also somebody recruit here. These are both always alchemists. And there is a sorcerer right at the top of this little shelf, or this ledge, which can be somebody to recruit. It can be somebody to kill if you when you get to a journey step in learning sorcery that requires you to kill a sorcerer. And often there is a sorcerer's scroll which you need to learn spells that's just sitting on the ground here. There isn't one now. I'm not going to climb all the way up there to get that. I don't really need treasure at the moment. But I will climb down here because there are 2 treasure chests up in that building block. Going past pretty much those big piles of stone down this way will attract the ire of those people. Those are aggressive fighters. They're thieves and prowlers. There's basically a criminal district inside Seppermaru here. Over there, and where you can see the light from a campfire over there, those people will kill you, or try to kill you, and probably kill you. Here, we've just got regular guards. There is wandering about, and he or she or they must be outside at the moment because I don't see them, a bearer. Sometimes that can be a tier 4 bearer, a named bearer, and this is the easiest place to get a named bearer. And named bearers are very helpful because they have just vast amounts of carrying capacity. When any of your followers are carrying anything for you, they are only limited by the amount of spaces that you can put things into, not by weight. Unlike you, where you have a carrying capacity weight that you have to meet. Oh, that was a lousy jump. Luckily, I've got enough stamina that I can climb all the way to the top from sliding all the way down to the bottom, but that was pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's just an armor flexibility kit. I don't really use that at all, so there's nothing in there for me. I'll let go and jump. Now there's one over here. Be careful because, again, see, those are just guards, but if I get any further down that direction, I'm going to run into those thieves, prowlers, thugs, etc. I've already got one of these. A second one would take way too much space. Advanced armor repair kit, though. I'll definitely take that. And we'll just bop down to this level here. Now, to climb up there are 2 on that tower. Wow. That's how long it's taken me to run around here and do all this. It's dark again. It's 5 o'clock again. Alright, so what I will do is I will probably just climb up there and sit there for a while. And again, let's see if I can actually... There we go. That's the kind of jump I want to do. So I've got this one. I already got one of those. I'll take another one of those. Take a little bit of treasure. So there's another chest right down there. And I'm really close to where I will draw aggro from those thugs and prowlers, so I want to avoid that. So I'll climb up to the top and then just slide down this side here. So apparently I've decided I'm going to actually run around and go visit Conan while it's still bright enough to be able to get there. So you cross over this land bridge in between these two bodies of water, and that'll allow you to avoid drawing the aggro of any of those aggressive types here in Seppermaru. Come down this area, there's a chest up there that I'll be going to once it's daylight. This should trigger that I'm at yet another water side. I run down here, and this building right here to my right is a tavern, and in it is our man Conan. And some dancers. The entertainers are how you lose corruption when you start doing the sorcery stuff, or you get areas where there is a lot of sorcery, so you gain corruption. So I will need to eventually recruit an entertainer as well. You can talk to Conan.
So you live.
I'm not going to go through all the things Conan says. This is Princess Rasma, I think.
Seen your fill of these
You can talk to Princess Rasma as well. There's a couple of things to learn here. Some emotes. It mentions there's the wine cellar is the very last dungeon that the game wants you to do, and you access it through a door that's in the back of this building, and it's really tough. But before you get into the actual dungeon part, there's a guy named Chef, who is a drunk, who has the best recruiting tool in the game, or one of the best anyway. And it's useful to go try to, defeat him and get it. He's really tough. So not something I'm going to do right now. But what I am going to do right now is go ahead and stop recording. So we'll go ahead and see you in a little bit. And we're back. All right, it's morning. Time to head back out to finish the rotation as I would normally do it, which is apparently I must eat soon. And it looks like I need to drink too, so although not terribly badly. Since I've got some cooked exquisite meat, let's go ahead and eat that. So I run back up here. I mentioned there was a chest up here. So we'll go check that out. And nothing of interest. And lots of ironstone right around here. There's lots of ironstone around Seppermaru. That is Ironbreaker Ridge. And there's lots of iron all around the base of it. It's a great place to just wander around this whole thing and pick up tons and tons of iron. Alright, there's a chest up here. That's actually treasure. Nothing I really want at this point. So I was really hoping. I've got 3 more chests. I was really hoping. Alright. So this is called the Temple Quarter, which will trigger once I get up close to that. Oh, there it is. Around here, there's a bunch of sorcerers doing naughty stuff to people. And you can often get a sorcerer's spell scroll right there. There are all kinds of emotes to learn on the ground here. I'm not going to run around and get them. I will check this chest. I will eventually need a spicy food, but not right now. I ran past this one. I'm not really that very encumbered, so I will go ahead and take that. See, there's always somebody here who can often be a good person to recruit. And again, this is the advantage. I didn't realize my character is so thick that he shows through his clothes. I end up clipping through the clothes. Steel cleaver, yes please. I've already got a perfected steel longsword, so if I'm ever going to be using a longsword, which I don't particularly care for in this game, even though I'm a sword guy usually, I've got a better version than that steel one. Alright, there's one more chest. That's at the top of that. There's a nice easy way to do this. Basically climb this thing in stages. So even if you have just the very basic level of stamina, that's an easy climb. Got a little bit more in the way of steel arrows. I'll take those. I said I'll take those. And that's really about it. And that's it for the chests. You start the whole run again. And I probably will. You know what? I think I'm going to head back to the start. And I'll run this loop again. But I'll do it outside of the recording and see if I can get any better things. I will talk to Gilzan, the treasure hunter here.
Good day, noble adventurer.
Learn the taunt emote.
I am Gilzan, treasure hunter and man of fortune. If you are planning to wander the avenues
All right.
of this,
This is interesting.
perhaps I can offer some advice.
There is a road that works around, but you can see I've already grabbed the attention of a couple of scorpions. I don't want to get stabbed with poison at level 12. So I'm just going to run past them. But it also runs by some rhinos. That is the 3-skull boss rhino, or one of them. There are a couple in the game. And you really don't want to mess with him. Again, at level 12, I probably don't want to mess with a regular rhino, but I certainly don't want to mess with the boss. Oh, those guys are still chasing me. You can hear the music. And it's gone. And there are 2 other rhinos. I will definitely need those in a little bit. Alright, so I'm going to cut the recording here, and I'm going to do the loop around at least one more time. I really want to get a steel pick, or at least a steel pick. That way it's going to allow me to harvest more ironstone, which is what I'm going to be doing shortly. So we will see you in a little bit. Alright folks, because I went so long with all of these individual chapters that I was doing while I was cutting in and out of recording the video, I had no idea how long this was. This is definitely going to be 2 videos of all of the content that I made just this morning. So this will be the end of part 3. Then I've got a whole bunch of stuff already queued up for part 4. So I will try to remember to do a new intro over video or voice overlay like I'm doing here for part 4, but I may not. I may just jump right into it with a welcome back. Yeah, we'll call this a video, and it's gone a little bit longer than I normally would have liked anyway, but still, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you liked it, give us a like. Please consider subscribing to Nerd Caliber. If you didn't like it, let us know that too with a thumbs down, because hey, that's all engagement, and that's all YouTube really cares about is engagement. So we will hopefully see you in the next video in part 4 of this series. Stay safe and have fun. Bye-bye.